All the hits Z100 in the studio, my man. Greyson Chance, everybody. Woo! Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
How are you, brother?
I'm doing really good. We're in Portland tonight.
Is this your first time in Portland?
This is my first time in Portland. I really like it. I was just in Seattle last night, and I'm in Portland now.
Seattle, they say Seattle and Portland are very similar, but I think we're cooler. I think we're better.
Don't tell Seattle, but Portland's really cool.
Exactly, right? Now, are you still on tour with Cody Simpson?
I have, we have one more show tonight, and that's in Portland.
So this is the final show.
This is the finale.
This is it.
The Big Bang. This is it.
Then what's next for you?
Well, I have an album coming out, actually, around back-to-school time. It's called Hold On Till the Night, and I've been working on it for a while now, so I'm really excited. But I have a summer tour going, and we have a lot of things going on in the summer.
So let's just back it up in case people don't know. You put a YouTube video up of you performing a Lady Gaga song.
Paparazzi,
at was it a school choir function? Or
yeah, it was like a school talent show / choir function / why don't we just put something together / thing.
My favorite part of that video is watching the girls behind you, because they're like, half paying attention. They're at this thing, and all of a sudden you start singing Paparazzi, and I just see all at once their faces just drop, their jaws dude, this kid's got skills.
What I love about that video is some of the girls seem really shocked, but then some of the girls are just
yeah, some of them are just they were 100% not paying attention to what was going on.
Exactly.
Being teenage girls, and then as soon as you started singing, they're like, whoa, something's going on. So you posted this thing up on YouTube, and how quickly did it get just a junk load of hits?
Well, it took I posted it about 2 weeks after I did the performance, and then about 2 weeks later we were at about 1,000 hits, and then that's when Ellen ended up calling.
So Ellen called at 1,000?
Ellen called it around 1,000, yeah, somewhere around there.
Did somebody send it to Ellen, or did she just stumble upon it?
Well, they got, because I'm actually good friends with one of the producers at Ellen who actually called me and said, hey, come on, and so, she said, we kept on getting all these videos.
Wait, how old are you?
13.
When I was 13 years old, I didn't know a producer at Ellen. How do you know a producer at Ellen? I'm 30 and I don't know any producers at Ellen.
Well, I've been on Ellen a couple times, so I know my way around. It's kind of a second home.
But so at the point you put the video up, you had never been on Ellen. So
no.
So how did Ellen? So then, how did initially Ellen find it?
Well, what the producer told me is she said, she kept on getting emails and people were saying, oh, look at this video.
Okay.
And then my brother actually sent it in and put all our information and everything. My brother did it. And my brother was supposed to be studying for finals at the time because he's in college. So studying for finals, but why don't we send the video to Ellen?
Meant sending the YouTube videos to Ellen.
Exactly, and so he sent it in, and then, I was called up onto the show. I was on the show, and then after that, I was signed, and now I'm almost about to release an album.
When you got that call, was it Ellen herself?
Well, Ellen actually called my mom herself and was like, hey.
Did your mom believe it was Ellen, or did she think it was someone pretending to be Ellen?
Well, my mom was a really big Ellen fan, and so she was like...
She was speechless.
Ellen. So she was pretty speechless, and I remember getting that call from her. She was like, Ellen just called me, and I was like, wait, Ellen? Who's Ellen?
That's crazy. Well, you were in school when Ellen was on.
I was in school, and then my mom called me, and she was like, hey, we're flying out to LA tonight. You're gonna be on the Ellen show, and I was like,
that's awesome.
Okay.
And then you were, correct me if I'm wrong, you were Ellen's first artist on her label, correct?
1111, first artist.
That's awesome.
So it's been a pretty big transition, but we're having lots of fun with it.
That's
and we're
great.
on tour right now, and we're just finishing up the Waiting for You tour. So it's been
so
good.
On tour all summer, and then the video or the album drops in the fall.
Yes.
And tell us about the process of your first album. Is it what you thought it would be? Is it different? Is it more difficult?
Well, being an artist and having this transition, it's a big change. But I've been in the studio for about a year now, and we're just putting on the final touches. But I really love making the music because I'm involved a lot with the writing as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing a lot of the record, and so I've just had such a blast going to the studio and writing and then cutting the vocals, and it's really fun to be on tour because you really get to see how much your work pays off.
Yeah.
You get to see the fans.
When people sing your songs,
exactly.
I bet that's the... I've always thought that would be the coolest thing for an artist when you're in front of people and they know your music.
the first time that ever happened is my first international trip that I ever did. I went to Paris. And this was before I was touring in the U.S. and anything, and we went to Paris, and it was all these French people, and they were singing Waiting, and they couldn't even speak English, but they were singing Waiting.
That's
and
awesome.
It was like the coolest thing. And, you know, they come with their T-shirts that
Right.
they made, and, you know, some of them come with these big hats that they've made, and they throw roses and bracelets up on stage. They're very sweet.
Do you, so you are 13?
13 years old, yes.
Do you have a tutor on tour with you?
I do have a tutor on tour with me. I actually just got done with school.
So you're done for the year. So
well, actually today I just got done with school.
Congratulations!
Before I came here.
Did you get good grades?
Straight A's.
All right, look at that. Let's get a round of applause for straight A's. Only person in this room to do that. Sorry, everybody. So does it? One last question, and then I'll let you play a couple songs for us. Do people seem to, when I bring up your name or when people are talking about you, compare you to Justin Bieber? Does it get frustrating sometimes that you're always brought up in the same breath as Justin Bieber? Because you're a very different artist.
You know, it doesn't get frustrating at all because, you know, I met Justin a couple times. He's a good friend, and, you know, being compared to the biggest pop star right now is...
Yeah, dude, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's you know, it's a great compliment. And, you know, me and Justin are very different, though. You know, Justin sings a different type of music, and I sing pop rock, so.
Mm-hmm. Right on. So what are you going to sing for us today?
I'm going to do a cover of Empire State of Mind,
Nice.
and I'm going to do my single, Waiting Outside the Lines.
Awesome. Cool.
So perfect. I'm from New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can do. Now you're in New York. These streets will make you feel brand new. Big lights will inspire. I'm from New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can do now in New York. These streets will make you feel brand new. Big lights will inspire you. Hear it from New York, New York, New York.
Yeah. All right. Maybe somebody do the Jay-Z part.
I know.
Do the Jay-Z part, man. All right, and there you go. And so this is now you're going to do your single.
Now I'm going to do my single, and this is Waiting Outside the Lines.
All right, on Z100.
You'll never enjoy your life, living inside the box. You're so afraid of taking chances. How you gonna reach the top? lines, looking down on tomorrow. You gotta let your feet off the ground. The time is now. I'm waiting, just waiting. I'm waiting outside the lines. Whoa, 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 wait outside the lines. Wait outside the lines. Try to have no regrets, even if it's just a night. I ain't gonna walk ahead if you keep leaving blind, stuck in that same position. You deserve so much more. There's a world around us, just waiting to be explored. Instead of just sitting around, looking down on tomorrow. You gotta let your feet off the ground. The time is now. I'm waiting, waiting, just waiting. I'm waiting, waiting outside the lines. Whoa, 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 waiting outside the lines. I'm trying to be patient. The first step is the hardest. I know you can make it. Go ahead and take it. I'm waiting, just waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, just waiting. I'm waiting outside the lines. Waiting outside the lines.
Woo! All right. Well, Grayson, thank you so much for coming and singing
Thanks
for
for
us.
having me.
All right.
You have a piano and I'll be here.
I like it. I like it. All the hits, Z100.